I'm just gonna say right now, this guy is probably not only my best Godzilla figure, but my best figure in my entire collection so far. I'm not just saying that. This guy is perfect in every way possible. Alright, welcome back everyone. You already know who this is. And today we got another unboxing video for you guys. And well, actually I have two things to unbox, but the top one I'm going to save for the next video after this one. But for this video, you guys see the title. It's the SH Monsterarts Godzilla in 1995 Rebirth. So this is an old figure. And matter of fact, this almost became my first ever SH Monsterarts figure. But obviously, I never got it. Sadly, but here it is now. And obviously, he's a lot more expensive now. But we're going to get straight into this, by the way. And yeah, I paid a pretty heavy price for this guy. Okay, let's get the other side out. Alright, so again, this is a pretty old figure. So aftermarket prices were not very nice to me. Well, not really. I got a bit of a deal on this guy, considering how old this figure is. And I don't think they've ever done a reissue for this guy, sadly, but it is what it is. But you know, I always wanted this guy. Again, he almost became my first Monsterarts figure ever. And here he is now, finally, into my collection. If I can get this open. God damn, the tape ain't playing around. Okay. So much fucking tape in this thing. There we go. Okay. Alright. Ooh. So shout out to the seller who gave this to me. Who sold this to me, I should say. Okay. Now I'm going to show it off like this for you guys to see. And also so I don't leak myself on accident. The SH Monsterarts Godzilla. The Rebirth version. Alright. Well, let me get out of this plastic. Ooh, double plastic bag. Interesting. Okay, here it is. Here it is. The SH Monsterarts Godzilla Rebirth from 2014. Pretty old figure. Alright. There's the side of the box. Very nice. Don't want to leak myself. Bottom of the box. Side of the box. Okay. Top of the box. You can see Godzilla himself a little bit. And now the back of the box with all the promo art. Very nice. Really hyped for this guy. I don't know about you guys, but I always have a soft spot in my heart for Heisei Godzilla. I mean, he's pretty much like one of the main Godzillas I grew up with, along with Fauna Wars. And this Godzilla's meant to be the Godzilla Jr. all grown up at the very end of Godzilla vs. Destroya, which, by the way, matter of fact, this year is going to mark the 30th anniversary for Godzilla vs. Destroya. And you know I already have Burning Godzilla, the new one from Monsterarts, on pre-order. And I'm about to get Destroya on pre-order too. But anyways, this guy's supposed to be Godzilla Jr. when he's all grown up at the very end of the film. Spoiler alert, I guess. But this also works as Mo Goji or Godzilla 1994, because it's pretty much the exact same suit as that Godzilla, just modified dorsal fins. And let's just open this thing up. tape. I see some tape. Ooh, double tape. I've never seen that before on the Monsterarts. Okay. Tape has been cut. And now, let's get Junior out. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get the instruction manuals out of the box. Here it is. Okay. Now, take a quick look at the instruction manual, just one page. Very nice. There you go. Funny. That is not this Godzilla. That is the original 1994 Godzilla. The first ever Monsterarts figure. So that's kind of interesting. They used that for this, but... oh, whatever. Anyways. Okay. Alright. Let's go, finally. My first ever Atomic Breath, Heisei Atomic Breath from Monsterarts. This is my first time ever getting one of these. So this is really fucking cool. Actually, I want to see this first. I want to take it out immediately. Okay. Here it is. And the camera will focus, please. Come on. Alright, whatever. I guess let's just get Godzilla out. Okay. Oh, of course there's tape. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I got the tape out of the way. So now we should just open this up. Alright. And here we go with this stand again that I just got recently from my SH Monsterarts Gamma 99 figure. The Kyoto version from my recent video, which was a double unboxing for both Gamma figures. But anyways, the hand, open hand accessories. Very nice. Alright. And now let's get Godzilla himself. Let's get Junior out. Hopefully nothing pops off. So far so good. Alright. God damn. Okay, everything's out of the way, so now the camera should focus on Godzilla himself. And let's take a closer look at those eyes. No derpy eyes. Actually, perfect eyes. Perfect eyes. And I gotta say it right now. This guy might be my personal favorite already. Right out of the box. This might be my #1 Godzilla figure. But let's see if the articulation holds up for that. So on the burning Godzilla that I have, because I have the SH Monsterarts Ultimate Burning version. I have that figure. He's in my display right now. But on mine, the tail loves to pop off this part, the last piece, a lot. But let me play around the articulation. I'd also like to mention that this guy has been sealed, like mint condition, for years. So dude, let's keep that in mind as we take a look at the articulation. Man, can this camera focus, please? Thank you. Alright. Oh man, here we go. Alright. Just gonna plug this in. Like so. Okay, give me a second. Alright, so I put everything back and I played around with the articulation a bit. Some parts are sort of loose, but that's mainly because this guy's been sealed for years. But regardless, we'll take a close look at the articulation in a little bit. But for right now, straight off the bat, this guy, absolutely contender for figure of the year. Already straight off the bat, he's in my top 10 figures of the year list. Absolutely. Look at the accessories you get. If this guy was still out here with his market price, 67 bucks, literally the perfect figure for a Godzilla. Alright, so we're back, better lighting, and we got a visitor in the back, my cat. But anyways, taking a closer look at Godzilla himself and Junior himself, Tamashii Nations absolutely nailed it in the looks department on this guy. This guy, beautiful, beautiful figure. The eyes, not derpy, and they are probably the best looking eyes, absolutely accurate to the Heisei Godzilla. Again, though, this guy is supposed to be Godzilla Jr. at the very end of Versus Destroyer, but if you know how they filmed that scene, they actually used the burning Godzilla suit, just turned off the lights on it, and boom, there's your Godzilla Jr. So this figure is supposed to imitate what Jr. looks like, you know, without all the fog and everything in that scene. This is what he would look like. But you can also pretty much use this as your Moog Goji or 94 Goji, the one versus Space Godzilla, because it's pretty much the same suit, just with realigned dorsal fins, which is pretty much the exact same thing. So you can use this with your Space Godzilla. Anyways, again, close look at the detail. They absolutely nailed it on this guy. Beautiful, beautiful looking figure. But anyways, articulation. So again, this guy was mint fresh from the box, that has been kept in there for years, because this guy released in 2014. So do be mindful of that as we take a look at the articulation. So what do we got? A ball jointed jaw, and then the neck and head are on ball joints, so you can look really high up, down enough. Okay, left, right, whatever. Very nice. Okay, all that good stuff. And then the arms, they don't really bend out that much, just that far. Okay, they don't really rotate here. And then here, we can really like stretch it out like so. And then they rotate. A full 360? No. Here it doesn't go forward. But regardless, pretty nice. A nice bend at the elbow. Very nice. And then ball joints for the hands. Very nice. And then we have a crunch here for the chest. Not too much. Barely anything. But you can move it side to side. And then here for the waist, here's where the real crunch comes in. You could bend it down about that far, push it back. Do be mindful of the dorsal fins when you're moving them around. You don't want to chip anything. But anyways, legs, they split about that far. They kick forward about that far, and then backwards that far. Very nice. A nice bend at the knee, double jointed knee, I'm assuming. And then the ball joint here at the shin, one here for the feet, so you can get some pretty nice movement on the feet. Very nice. Okay, tail, you know the drill. Ball joints all over this thing, up to here. This is the last ball joint here. Kind of bums me out. They definitely could have put more ball joints here. It would have been much better, but you know what? It works. And it's not as loose as my Burning Godzilla, my ultimate Burning Godzilla figure. But regardless, it's actually kind of stiff, I'm not gonna lie. But it's pretty nice. So, articulation, it could be better. A lot of it's stiff, and some of it's kind of loose. But regardless, again, this figure's been in the box for years, so that definitely has a part to play in this. But regardless, W sculpt, W paint, W articulation onto your accessories. Atomic breath, the red one, the stand, of course, and two interchangeable hands. Let's take a look at the atomic breath. So, again, you just gotta plug in, take it out just to show you. Gotta plug in the stand to the base, get the atomic breath, find the hole, and plug it into the peg. And boom. Now Godzilla can shoot his atomic breath. His red breath. It's kind of interesting that he came with this one and not the standard blue atomic breath. But there you go, you just gotta align it. And boom. Godzilla is now shooting his atomic breath. And that is fucking awesome. I love this breath. This is the first time I've ever got one of these Heisei breaths. And also, cool thing, you don't really need the stand for this. Now, of course, it's going to droop down, which is fine if you're going to display them like that. But that definitely plugs in perfectly, as you can see. So that is awesome accessory that every Godzilla should have, I'm not going to lie. Every Godzilla should come with an atomic breath. But anyways, the hands, here they are, these open claw hands. Let's see if I can do this in one go. Come on. Alright, give me a second. Okay, so here he is with his open claw hands. Pretty nice. Although I will say, I'm not sure it's because this guy's been packaged so long, but these figures don't want to go in all the way in the ball joint. And I don't really want to mess with it too much, to be honest, to avoid any potential breakage. But so far they are holding pretty steadily, so maybe this is how they are, and they probably improved it for the ultimate burning Godzilla, because that one doesn't have that issue. It plugs in all the way, but these ones don't really want to go in all the way. But which, it's whatever. I'm probably not gonna display him with these, to be honest. I'm not sure, because he looked really nice with his normal hands, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what he looks like with his arm, with his open arms, hands, whatever. And yeah, so W accessories, W paint, W sculpt, and let's get straight into size comparisons. Alright, for some quick size comparisons, here is Godzilla compared to the SH Monsterarts Evolved Godzilla. As you can see, similar size, very nice. Okay, up next, here he is to the SH Monsterarts Gamera 1999, and as you can see, similar size. And Godzilla is somewhat a bit bigger, which definitely works. So definitely, you can display them together next to each other. They look awesome next to each other. Both Heisei versions of each character, very nice. I love this. And up next, of course, we have the demoniacal fit Son Goku. Very nice comparison. Very nice. Alright. And then last but not least, we have the SH Monsterarts Godzilla Final Wars. And there's a reason why I want to bring this guy up, because these two are pretty much your standard Godzilla figure from Monsterarts in the market. So what I mean by that is that if you just want a generic Godzilla, you don't have any Godzillas, you just want a generic, you just want a Godzilla, these two are the ones to go. This one, of course, is no longer in market price. He released years ago, but at the time he was 67 bucks, and this guy is pretty much just at the fence of being completely perfect. This guy is the real deal. This guy's perfect, I'm not gonna lie. And look at the accessories he comes with. Just look at him. All that for 67 bucks when he came out. Beautiful, beautiful deal. And of course now on the market, this guy is your generic Godzilla that you can get very easily. More expensive. About 100 bucks for this guy. No accessories, but both of them look phenomenal. Both are spectacular when it comes to looks. But of course, when it comes to which Godzilla is like the perfect generic Godzilla, you have to go with Heisei. Now, I'm not saying that because of the designs. Both of them are astounding when it comes to the looks department, but it really comes down to the price and the accessories you get. And I'm talking about him when he first released. I'm not talking about him now because with the aftermarket price, because that's not fair. But compared to these two, this guy is definitely the most definitive, like, generic Godzilla you can get. Because in the looks department, they're equal, but this guy comes with all these accessories. So if he was still on the market price right now, he would be sold out immediately, because this guy is the perfect Godzilla figure. Spoiler alert. But yeah. And the reason why I didn't bring up the Monsterarts Ultimate Burning Godzilla that I have in my display is because first, he's kind of deep into my display and I don't feel like reaching him. But also because, as I just said, I currently have the new Burning Godzilla from Monsterarts on pre-order. So when he ships to my house, I'm definitely gonna compare all three of them. This guy, the Ultimate Burning, and the new Burning Godzilla all together. So definitely stay tuned for that, because that's gonna be an exciting one. But anyways, I'm just gonna say right now, this guy is probably not only my best Godzilla figure, but my best figure in my entire collection so far. I'm not just saying that. This guy is perfect in every way possible. From the sculpt, to the paint, to the accessories, articulation, the one thing that could be worked on a bit. But besides that, this is what the standard should be for an SH Monsterarts Godzilla. Look at the accessories. Look at it. Now look at Godzilla. Look at Godzilla himself. Take a good look. Take a good look. Look. This is a perfect release. This should be the standard for a Monsterarts Godzilla figure. This is perfection. I don't know what else I gotta say. This guy's perfect. I don't know what the fuck I was doing all of these years, skipping on this guy, passing on this guy. I really don't know what else to say. What happened? What happened to Tamashii Nations for their Monsterarts figures? What happened? This is so perfect, bruh. And he only cost us $67 when he came out. This is so fucking perfect, bruh. And again, he works as the best, like, generic Godzilla figure. Like, again, if you don't have a Godzilla figure, this guy works perfectly back when he released. Because when you think of Godzilla, when people think of Godzilla back in the day when he released, people are mainly going to think of Heisei Godzilla. This guy right here. Heisei Godzilla. Now, these days, of course, when people think of Godzilla, they probably think of the Monsterverse Godzilla. Either him or Heisei Godzilla. Because Heisei Godzilla is iconic as hell. You cannot deny that. You cannot deny how iconic Heisei Godzilla is. He was the Godzilla people would think of when the name was brought up. This version of Godzilla. And this figure captured him perfectly. This is what it's supposed to be, because again, this is Godzilla Jr. when he's all grown up. But again, take a good look at the accessories he comes with. An atomic breath that should come with every single Godzilla figure, and some extra hand parts. Now the articulation is not perfect, but could be worked on a little bit. But it's really good nonetheless, the articulation. And the sculpt, paint, fucking beautiful on this guy. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness, bro. Immediately, he's on my top 10 figures of the year list. Already. Top 3 at the very, very minimum. Top 3 at the very minimum of that list. So stay tuned for that video at the very end of the year. But what was I doing all these years not picking this guy up? I don't even care that I spent $150 for this guy. And again, before you clown me for that, he released back in 2014. And this guy was mint condition. Never opened from the box. So $150 for this guy. Not even mad at it, considering how fucking perfect this guy is. Man, I got another unboxing to do, as I said in the very beginning of the video, but this guy, in all seriousness, probably my best Godzilla figure. I know I just said that with Final Wars Godzilla on one of my recent videos, but this guy absolutely takes the cake. And I'm not saying that because of the designs. I love both designs, but this is what every Monsterarts Godzilla should be like, you know? That's what I'm saying. What happened? What happened? Well, regardless, guys, that is gonna wrap up this unboxing for the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 1995 Rebirth version. And all I gotta say is, easily my best Godzilla figure, and probably my best figure in general in my entire collection. And you've seen how many figures I've unboxed on my channel. But this guy, I don't think anything's gonna beat this guy. In all seriousness, I'm gonna say right now, this is the closest thing to the perfect Godzilla figure. The one, not really downside, but just what could be improved a little bit is the articulation, just a little bit more. But other than that, it nails everything. The looks department, sculpt, paint, accessories, everything. Articulation is very good nonetheless. But yeah, this is definitely my best Godzilla figure. Probably my favorite figure in my entire collection. This completely blew me away. I'm not gonna lie. So, I know he is more expensive now, but if you can find a deal on this guy, do not hesitate on this guy. Please, do not hesitate. If you're a fan of Godzilla, you're a fan of Heisei Godzilla, go pick this guy up. He is literally perfect. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. And you're definitely going to see him again on this channel for sure. He deserves his own spotlight on this channel for probably being my best Godzilla, my best figure in general. So yeah, stay tuned to see more of him. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But anyways, y'all stay safe everyone, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.